What up, world? EstablishedRich coming right back at you. Camron keeps saying other people do bad business. But if every deal ends with you threatening somebody on camera, maybe it's time to start looking at how you doing business too.
Me and J. Cole are cool, or was cool. This is exactly what happened. Being a man is keeping your word. And I know everybody's busy and everybody has things to do. But if I give you my word 4 or 5 times, I got to do it. So on his first project he did, I did an intro for him. I did the record for him for his intro. I told him I may need a verse whenever I get a project done. He said, cool. He had another project. I did a record in 20 minutes. I knocked that shit out and went off about my business. I need a verse. I'm exaggerating, but he's like the shock rain right now. And, you know, the moon got aligned with the stars. And, you know, when I write, I put my all into it. Okay, let's put your all into it then. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Give me that verse.
He called me twice to do something, and I did it. One day you have 48 hours to do it. Then I knocked the other thing out as soon as I came to New York, because you ain't want to send me a record. You want to be in the studio with me. I knocked it out. Cool, you don't give me the record. Then I said, you know what? Forget the record. Let's do an interview. Bet I got you. I got a project coming out in June. Let's do it around there. Cool, June is coming. Oh, we pushed the album back. I don't want to just do an interview. All right, cool. Now we're going to do it in October. All right, I'll call you back in October. Yo, what's up? Oh, man, killer. You say, I tell you October. You call October, huh, nigga? Yeah, nigga. Yeah. So now this is when all the beef is going on with Kendrick Lamar. I can't do it now because I don't feel like talking about that right now. I said, look, I'll do the interview. I won't even bring that up. He says, nah, I can't do no interview and not talk about it. All right, well, when can I get the interview? Yo, February, definite. February, I'm dead ass on February. February come. Yo, what's up? Oh, shit.
This is why the Cardi B situation feels so familiar. We just watched Cam go through almost the same situation with J. Cole. Cam said he did his part on Ready 24, but Cole never returned the favor with another record or an interview. Cam took it to court and said the lawsuit was just to get J. Cole's attention. And the two eventually settled and J. Cole came on the show. Now Cam is back saying Cardi B's team didn't keep their word either. At some point, I have to ask a question. Why do you keep doing major business based on conversations that end up meaning 2 different things to 2 different people? Cam is too experienced for every deal to turn into, I thought they said this, I thought they meant that, and now I have to embarrass somebody to get their attention. Bro, put it in writing, decide what the verse costs, who has the rights to release it, what happens if the song gets cut, and whether the interview is actually guaranteed. Because once the deal goes bad, getting on camera and saying somebody broke their word may make great content. It does not automatically make good business.
Cardi B management and writing team. And this don't got nothing to do with Cardi B. Cardi B, my sister, I love Cardi B, man. This is really like my sister. We don't see each other that much, but she always show love. She does songs over my beats. I think she's tremendous from where she started to where she's at. And I'm not saying she doesn't have a good team. I'm just talking about 2 individuals on her team. Like, Cam, we need you to do What Mean the World Over for Cardi B. She did your song over. We want you on the hook and do a verse. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm busy. Call me when it's closer to the end of her album and I'll knock it out because I just got things to do. You know, I love Cardi, I'll knock it out. And maybe if I do that, she could do an interview on my show or whatever. And they like, yeah, that ain't nothing. I'm like, all right, cool, that ain't no problem. They call. Cam, yo, it's the time. Out next month. We hit the last week. We really need you to do this. I'm like, all right, cool. I get busy. I don't even got time to do it, to miss it, because I didn't have time. A year passed. They like, yo, Cam, it's time now. I said, didn't you tell me this last year? I thought I missed the album. 3 months later, Cam missed the last week. I said, yo, how many last weeks is it, man?
I can understand why Cam is frustrated. According to him, Cardi B's team kept reaching out for a year and a half because they wanted a hook and a verse for a remake of What Means the World to Me. Cam says he finally delivered, expecting Cardi to sit down for an interview in return. Then the album came out, the song wasn't on it, and the interview never happened. If that is how it happened, then I understand him feeling like his time was wasted. But this is where the business part has to be stronger than the emotional part. A song getting recorded don't guarantee it's gonna make the album. Cam know that. Music gets cut every day, B. The label don't like it, the artist changes direction, or the response to another record makes them nervous. So before Cam recorded anything, somebody should have answered a simple question. What does Cam get if Cardi don't decide to use the song? If the answer was still the interview, that answer should have been clear. If the answer was money, then the amount should have been agreed to. You cannot wait until the song gets cut and then decide your time is worth whatever number you feel like putting on it. That is how people end up arguing over a deal that was never really finished in the first place. And Cam has to accept his part too. He says they kept calling him for a year and a half before he finally did the record. So everybody involved was operating and moving slow. Then when the whole thing fell apart, Cam acted like he was the only professional person in the room. I don't know if that's completely fair.
Look, I love Cardi. It look like I'm not gonna be able to do it. Now, we not gonna put the album out till you do. Yo, my nigga, stop lying, nigga. You know what? I'm gonna take an hour out to do this. So I stopped what I was doing. This is a year and a half later. I do the verse, and then I get busy again. I'm not paying it no mind. So I heard her single Imaginary Player, so I'm like, okay, cool. The album should be coming out soon or whatever. But I'm busy. I don't pay no mind to it. We see a track list. My on there. So I'm like, yo, I still need my interview. If not, y'all gotta compensate me for my time because I know the niggas that manage her and who co-write for her. So they like, I call them like, yo, what's up? What happened? Y'all harassed me for 2 years about this. You know, people, the younger people loved it, but some people didn't like her flowing on the 90s beat on the Imaginary Player, so we try to stay away from that. Because, you know, it is what it is. Pardon me, What Means the World to You is considered a 90s beat. I don't know what they said. Whatever it is, I did what I was supposed to do. And they didn't come through an end. I'm not putting this on Cardi, because Cardi might not even know this. I'm just saying the people around her is making promises on her behalf, and she may not even know this. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stop making promises on these artists' behalf and they don't know. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start exposing the people that made the promises, because it's two people. And once I get the dirt on you, I'm gonna put the dirt out. Now take this as a warning. Send that paper through for my time, or I'm gonna tell how you like to be on all fours in your ass with pause, because I know a girl.
Yo.
That's next. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna put your text messages up.
This is what Cam lost me. Asking to be compensated for your time is business. Threatening to release an unreleased Cardi B record is completely different. Cam keeps saying he has no problem with Cardi, and she may not even know what her team promised. But if you leak her record, whose music are you putting in the middle of the dispute? Cardi's. You cannot keep saying, this ain't got nothing to do with my sister, while threatening to release your sister's unfinished music. That still puts her name, her music, and her team in a mess that she didn't create. And future artists are watching it. They are gonna ask themselves, what happens if I do a record with Cam and later decide that it don't fit my project? Is he gonna respect the decision? Or is the record gonna become content the moment he feels disrespected? Trust matters in music. People do send unreleased songs, private ideas, early versions, and information they don't want the public to hear. If people believe every disagreement is gonna end up on Talk with Flea, they may decide the easiest deal with Cam is no deal.
Pause. I was disgusted when I seen it. But I was like, yes, God, you sent this to me. Get back at these niggas.
There is a God.
Yeah, you sent
somewhere.
This back to me. So at the end of the day, you better call, because the next show is your text messages, and I don't want to put out the screenshots. Pause. You doggy style, and you ain't in the back.
Put it in the arch.
Oh, man.
Arch in the air.
Yeah. And it's two niggas, and one of them is my nigga. But I'm sorry you got to get to this, but you're not going to keep ignoring me. And I'm going to put out, every week, I'm going to put out a list of niggas who keep calling me to do a favor for you, and then when I need niggas be playing games. Every week, I'm telling you, y'all niggas, and the niggas I ain't got dirt on yet, you better be airtight, pause. You better not because I'm going to put it out there to get the information, and it's coming right on this show. I'm telling you, you better have a clean track record. I'm telling you that right now. Anything you like chewing on pinky toes, anything you like doing nasty, or anything you got on your resume not good, you're coming up on the Talk with Flea screen. It's gonna be worse than the Summer Jam screen because we got more viewers. I'm telling you that right now. So I'm not going to say your name this week, but I will say the management and the co-writer's name next week, and I'll tell you they fetishes, what they into. No disrespect, Cardi. And what we going to do, too, is we going to put the song out. The song never came out. I'm going to throw the song out. The What Mean the World to You remix by Cardi, featuring myself. I'm going to put it out myself. Ain't not to make no money. You should just hear it, since niggas wasting my time doing it. We might as well just throw it out anyway. I on the You're Welcome Network.
Now we not even talking about the song no more. Cam is threatening to expose personal messages and private details about these people if they don't send him money. Come on, dawg. What does somebody's private life have to do with whether you were promised an interview? Once you start holding embarrassing information over somebody's head to do business, you stop looking like the most professional person in the situation. You look like somebody that's so addicted to content that everything is material. Cam was one of the first rappers from his generation to really figure out the YouTube game. He took his personalities, his stories, his relationships, and he turned it into a network. I give him credit for that. But when everything becomes content, you can start losing the principles that made people comfortable with doing business with your ass in the first place. Not every disagreement needs an episode. Not every broken promise needs a public humiliation. And not everybody who disappoints you needs to have their private life exposed. Sometimes you let the lawyers handle it. Sometimes you send an invoice, and sometimes you accept that you made a bad deal and you do better next time. Because if this keeps happening, he has to ask why he keeps agreeing to do business that ends up in the same way. Who are you negotiating with? Did they actually have the authority to promise Cardi B, or did you get scammed? Was the agreement written down, and did you have protection if the record never came out? Those are business questions. Threatening to post somebody's private text is just revenge. So I'm gonna take y'all out like this. Cam may be completely right that somebody on Cardi B's team promised him an interview that they could not deliver. But the way he is handling it may cost him more than the verse was ever worth. The J. Cole situation should have taught him to stop doing features based on promises. Instead, he seems to have turned public pressure into his new collection department. That may work once or twice, but eventually people are going to stop doing deals with somebody who may leak their music, expose their messages, or embarrass them on the YouTube. Cam keeps saying people need to honor their word. I agree with him. But a good businessman does not only know when to hold other people accountable. He knows how to make a deal that does not require a threat to enforce it. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. EstablishedRich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.